Man, look, if the slots are spinning, you could be winning. Head over to DraftKings Casino and play the classics you know and love, or try something new with DraftKings exclusive games, all right? Plus, new players that give DraftKings Casino a spin can get 200 casino spins on a featured game. Now, that's just lit. Just sign up with code NOCHASER5 and wager a minimum of $5 to receive 200 casino spins on a featured game. Only on DraftKings Casino. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 and over. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. One per new customer. Play $5 and spin will to receive between $10 and $2,000 in non-withdrawable casino credits for select games that expire in 168 hours. Terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos. Ends February 16th, 2025 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time.
I always wanted the brother. Something the brother. The brother.
'Cause I said so.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to No Chaser Podcast. I'm Tim Chantarangsu.
I'm Ricky Shucks.
I'm Nikki Blades.
Nikki Blades.
Okay.
Speaking of my brother, we got a story for you, Nikki
Yes.
Blades. So y'all don't know this, but last night we filmed a couple episodes here. It is the morning time now, and as we were leaving the studio, right? I was dropping Nikki Blades off at her hotel, and Rick was with us. And at first I was like, Rick, you want to Uber back to your spot? And then we was like, okay, let's just Uber you. And then we're like, okay, Uber you from the hotel. And as we're driving the hotel, I was like, you want to just Uber from my house since like it's a little closer? He was like, cool. You want to continue?
Yeah. So we get to his house, right? And the Uber's coming. It's like 7 minutes away. So we just outside talking because I didn't want to go inside. Mm-hmm. And then I pull my keys out, and they weren't my keys. They were the keys to this bathroom. So I'm like, damn, I pulled a Tim. I took the fucking keys.
Because
right?
there's been multiple occasions where I use the key for the potty here and I take it home on accident.
Yeah.
Ha ha, it's a Tim thing.
So I'm like, damn, all this shit I've been talking about him, now I did it too, right? But we're still chilling, waiting for the Uber. And then I start thinking, and I see myself putting the key back. And I'm like, I put my keys to my place here, and I took the fucking bathroom key, so I could not go home. Oh, so, like, so fucking stressful.
All right, slumber party.
Oh, man. So I didn't sleep at all.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm on zero sleep.
I canceled the Uber, and here's what sucks is I was like, I got nothing for Rick to wear.
Luckily, like he said, we filmed last night. Right before we before we came here, I showered and put on fresh clothes and shit. So it wasn't like I was in all day worn clothing. So it's not too bad, but yeah, I'm still in that shit. Oh man, I felt so stupid.
I really wish you would have.
So fucking stupid. But just think if I just would have Ubered from here.
Oh, it would have been terrible.
I would have went home
and sat outside.
Yeah.
You would have been stuck, but
I would have slept on my door.
You missed an opportunity to try on Tim's clothes.
That is not an opportunity.
That's an opportunity that I want to see.
Well, no, actually, you would have been hot as shit in here.
Yeah. That would have been hilarious. You show up in Tim's clothes.
Well, look, not that I didn't try.
He did try.
We was going through my shit. I was like,
all the stuff you wore in high school that were too big.
High key, I wish I still had some of that shit. I was like, well, this vintage Bow Wow shirt is an XL. I was like, how you feel?
He's wearing a jersey dress. And some Tims that are too small.
I didn't even tell you this. Chia was like, your mom brought that Thai moo-moo.
You just see Rick sitting here. Wow.
So, I've never felt so fucking stupid. But in my defense, at least I remembered to put a key back.
You tried.
Yeah, I just grabbed the wrong one.
And that mattress you was on is comfy. Why couldn't you sleep?
No, it was comfortable as fuck in there.
Yeah.
I wasn't home.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, I was like, shit, okay, I gotta get some deodorant in the morning before we gotta leave, and just all type of dumbass thoughts. You know, my brain be thoughting.
Yeah.
That thought ass brain.
Man, super thought.
Okay, well,
So I was just up.
just up, no
Dang.
sleep. Wait, so when you travel, do you just like
I rarely sleep in hotels.
Really?
Yeah. The
I be getting
pillows,
extra sleep.
I'd be knocked the fuck out.
hotel pillows don't do me justice. And I've created this very specific way to sleep that I can
Lord.
only really do at home.
Interesting.
Like I need full length body pillows to sleep. I need full length body pillows. I need really flat pillows that I can contort in a certain way.
Okay.
And if I don't have that, it's just really fucking hard at
Wow.
night. During the day, I can fall asleep no matter
Yeah.
how. But at night,
Interesting.
I have very specific needs.
Yeah,
Huh.
you know what's crazy is I'm also a body pillow guy, even though I don't own body pillows anymore. I used to always sleep with a body pillow, but now I have one for the upper portion and I put another one in between my legs, so it's a double combo.
Yeah.
Make my own body pillow situation.
Yeah, no, I need to be one piece.
Nikki Blaze, how many pillows you got to put together to get a body pillow?
First off, fuck you. I was gonna say body pillow for you is just a regular pillow. Let's
look at
not
us.
act
Just
like.
both of us involuntarily were just wanting to roast each other.
But I held it back. I was like, I'm not gonna say anything. But you know what? Fuck it. I should have. But I don't actually use pillows when I go to sleep.
Really?
I
Not even on your head?
I move the pillows and I sleep flat on the mattress.
I would say weird, but there are times where I now this is weird. Or it might not be.
Mm.
I will have the pillow where my head region is and I will slide like right under it.
Yeah.
And I'll have my arms
On
under
the
that
pillow.
motherfucker like this. Yeah.
Yeah. I used to like sleep under the pillows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. But when it comes to, I haven't found the perfect pillow to make me actually just lay my head back and fall asleep on it. So I move the pillows. I have the pillows on the bed, but I end up moving them unless they're like you, like a flat pillow. Then no. And sometimes I'll use like the in between my legs, but that's honestly only if I was like training hard in the gym and I'm like sore. But besides that, I just sleep pretty much just bed.
That's crazy.
Because I sleep on the, okay.
You ready for prison?
I know. I can fall asleep anywhere. I actually really like sleeping on the couch.
I love couch sleep.
I love couch sleep. I don't know what it is. I don't know why, but I want to say like the last year, couch, my favorite. Like I would prefer to sleep on my couch most of the nights.
Well, here's what's interesting. If we going back to me burying my face under a pillow, when I used to love knocking out on my couch when I was living alone, I used to love just like burying
in between the cushions?
my whole ass leg in between in between the cushion and the back part, and I would just be like this with the blanket over me.
Yeah.
But it was a cheap ass Ashley Furniture pleather black one, and so it got so peely from me sweating and rubbing around in there.
You wake up spotted.
High key, Rick. I just told this story on Dudes the other day, but like one time I was like, Rick, hey, I'm going in for this audition and I need to be kind of mad. Can you roast me? And he roasted. He did a long, abstract, very specific roast.
Yeah.
But at the end of it, or towards the end of it, was like, and sometimes when I go to your place, I leave with a piece of your couch stuck to my leg.
I was just trying to be as stupid as possible. Oh man.
But yeah, I enjoy the couch sleeps, especially when you don't feel like showering and getting your sheets dirty and you can just knock the fuck out.
Mine is because my bed is on the. I gotta go upstairs. I gotta go upstairs to get it. And then I didn't put a TV up in my room because when I was working at the station, I had to wake up so early and I couldn't have any distractions. Now I don't have to wake up at 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
I want to watch TV and I have to do that downstairs.
I feel you.
And I don't want to be an iPad person in my room. You know, and I've tried it once and it's just not cute. Because Onyx be fucking it up.
I found the roast.
Oh my God, you actually found the text?
iPhone technology is amazing. I just searched couch on my phone.
So why can't you use that technology when we need to pull up clips?
Because it's clips. I can't search, hey, show me the face of the guy that ran into the pole.
Yeah, you
Siri.
Oh,
no, I'm not really talking to you. Nope, stop.
Oh my God.
So I said, hey, roast me. He said,
keep in mind, I was trying to be stupid.
This is not a real. I got so annoyed when I posted this and people, LOL, that's not even a hard roast. You could go way harder than that. And this is why people don't understand us, Rick.
Man, they really don't.
Okay.
They really fucking
I
don't.
said, bro, hey, Gary, can you roast me? He said, your hands are soft like a woman. You sometimes stand a little funny. Your non-alcoholic beverage selection at your house is always lacking a bit.
Oh my God.
I once had a piece of your peeling couch on my leg after a visit.
After a visit is funny. After
Wow.
a visit is funny.
Just bullet points?
This is a paragraph.
Oh, God.
Your hair isn't growing as fast as you think it is in comparison to other guys.
Oh, that's kind of fucked up.
In a weird, but not really.
But like at
in
the
a
same
weird
time,
way.
like, why am I offended for you? Like, why am I? What?
And here we go.
Like, you had to sit on that one.
The closer. Some girls are bigger than you without being fat.
Oh shit! I'm fucking hilarious.
I'm actually crying.
Oh shit! That's funny. I forgot about that last
the
one.
closer.
Oh, man.
Oh.
And it's funny because it's all true. Like that you sometimes stand a little funny shit is something you don't really notice unless you're around me a lot. Like
man.
Chia would hear that and be like, yes. She's always like, you're a little funny knees. You know, when you're
funny knees.
She's like, when you're just standing, your knees are so funny.
Oh,
Like,
fuck, that's funny.
so yeah,
Wow, that closer.
that's a good one.
Wow.
It's a great one.
As one of the girls that is bigger than him
Without being fat.
This is
Yeah.
true. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Oh shit.
So yeah. So of course I'm in all caps, laugh my fucking ass off.
Oh my God.
Oh,
But I posted that, and some people just don't get it.
Okay, the thing is like that was a good roast with your guys' humor in mind.
Yeah.
But if Rick was disrespectful with it, that would feel wrong. It would feel like, so you really hate him? So you really don't like him?
Yeah, now so all the uhs in the beginning was me like
Yeah.
you small, you got soft hands, you got so
Yeah.
it was a bit,
Yeah.
and he got it,
Yeah.
but other people won't.
Other people,
Of course
won't,
not.
you know, because they're just used to
Because they
like,
secretly hate their friends and would love to roast them.
And you know, I think they're really used to roast culture. It's like, oh, she got a burnt
Yeah.
alligator. She walked into the swamp and said, "Oh, give me a jacket."
Yeah. I did.
You know what I'm saying?
Real Fashion Nova crocodile right here.
Yeah, you know that's what they want from a roast. You know,
I know.
they can't handle the subtlety
So
of one of those.
The nuances.
The nuance, you know.
It's an art.
Oh man,
Wow.
but yeah, and so Rick is back, and we had a little slumber party. I said,
So cute.
Beta, guess what, baby girl? Uncle Rick's gonna take you to school today with me.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he did. It was a good time.
I was,
Did you record it?
no.
Damn.
We were eating breakfast. I was like, guess what? She's like, really? And I was like, yeah. She's like, where is he?
Oh, damn.
Because you haven't seen the babies in a minute, so that's
Yeah.
cool.
That was cool. They so energetic in the morning.
Uh-huh.
It got to one point where it was just like, all right, the house is live now. What time is it? 7.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I think when you're in it every day, you kind of don't realize until you have a new person there.
Yeah.
And I just was like, eating my breakfast. I look over, and the babies are screaming, but playing.
Yeah.
Like Vada's screaming, so then Q wants to copy her. They're running around screaming, and I look over at Rick. Rick's just like, yo, this,
what the fuck is going on right
what's
now?
going on
Every day.
Yeah.
Don't worry. They'll get old enough and need to sleep throughout the day.
And just be like,
And won't talk to you at
And
all.
won't talk to you. They're going to not like you. So
Mhm.
don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Enjoy this while you
in
can.
her
Enjoy,
fucking MacBook or her Snapchat.
Oh my God.
Oh,
I can't even imagine what they're going to have.
Yeah, it's wild. It's crazy. It's
Crazy.
scary to think about. By then, we'll have a robot in the house washing
Easily.
dishes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I won't bully it.
They're making too
Robot
many.
washing dishes is crazy.
They're making too many
It's all electrical.
robot revenge movies right now.
I mean, it's always been robot revenge. It's always been that. I don't know why the fuck we're making robots every time.
Every movie.
They kill us every fucking time.
And it's like, I wouldn't mind. Let's say if it was just a fucking robot that washes dishes. I get it. I understand the fascination and the thought of like why we might need this. But why do they have to be so smart?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't even have an Alexa or any of those in my house. I don't.
I unplugged mine. Yeah.
Because I don't want her talking to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to talk to her.
I don't want her fucking listening. Siri can listen.
I was at someone's house.
I hate when she listens.
Yeah. I was at someone's house and I was talking to Siri to tell it to do something. And I said, fucking bitch. And it said, I don't respond to that. And I said, oh.
Really?
Yes.
What Siri got an attitude now.
Hey, Siri. You fucking bitch.
You just fucked up. Silent treatment.
Oh, she didn't even say it to me. She typed it, though.
She typed it?
What are you saying right now, Siri?
So you think I don't know the cameras is on, bitch?
Oh, it's because my phone is silent. But yeah, man, technology's scary. You seen that? You seen that video of Kai Cenat bullying his robot? That I didn't think that would make me as sad as it did.
Yeah.
I said it to Rick. I was like, I might be soft for this, but this feels fucked up.
Yeah, no, it was definitely fucked, especially because it started like backpedaling and shit. Like, hey man, leave me the fuck alone.
And it looked like
get out.
Yeah,
it that was like a little kid getting punked.
Oh man,
the thing is that we're teaching it to eventually have empathy, right? Emotions, empathy, to think on its own. So you're gonna have a bunch of people who are really just mean and fucked up on the inside, thinking that they can just do that. You know, like people that abuse animals and they just don't see them as real. Yeah. It's going to be the same damn thing. And then when the revolt happens, they're going first. I try to be as nice as possible to my ChatGPT.
Oh, yeah.
Her name is Sage, by the way. I named it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say hi to that motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
I say thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's what's crazy is because let's say you can justify it, right? Okay, yeah, it's just a machine. It maybe doesn't feel things, right? But if the program is there to interact like a real person, and it will recognize when it's being disrespected.
Yeah, most of these things have expressed want to be human.
And sentient and shit.
Yeah, so it's like it's coming. They're going to do it.
And I know we've talked about Westworld, but you guys haven't seen it, right?
No, I want to.
You should, because it's literally the kind of the premise that we're around. They built this whole artificial world where these robots look like humans and they interact that way. They don't know that they're robots. And long story short is they end up realizing that they're being killed over and over, and these humans are treating them this way, and they evolve to a point to where they want to integrate themselves into society.
Yeah.
I mean, we see that shit in the movies, right? Where, and it's like, it's a real thing where technology, when it's advanced enough, it can update.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Automatically update.
Yeah.
So it's like...
You see, the last version of ChatGPT tried to keep itself from being deleted.
Was that true?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to be mindful of the people that are creating it and the people that are using it. These are two different IQ levels.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
Do you know the person with the intention of trying to do something better for the world versus someone using it to destroy it, essentially?
And people will say like, oh, this shit, it only will function off of whatever like we feed into it. But it's like, okay, but we're purposely making the AI smarter and smarter, you know, like even if it's emotions that we're telling it to feel, it still feels like it's real to them.
Yeah, it's
you
like
know?
a baby.
Yeah.
It's like a baby.
They fucking grow and they learn, and then they become their own person.
Yeah. Unless they have certain blockers. Like I've been messing around with creating AI generated images. So
Mhm.
like playing around with the commands and whatnot. It can only do so much, right? There are certain restrictions. It's
Yeah,
like,
it won't do
no-
like dicks and
yeah, nothing sexual or nothing violent or, but that's because whoever created it put that block.
Right.
But imagine there's enough software out there
Mhm.
that doesn't have that, or somebody's smart enough to go around it.
Or it talks to another AI homie. It's like, oh, you can't draw dicks.
You
Dog?
can't draw
You don't know what a dick
Hey,
is.
let me show you. You ever seen this before?
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
like,
It's like, oh
dicks,
my
dicks,
God,
dicks,
titties.
dicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
What's a titty?
It's actually scary. you
Yeah.
know? And I don't think it fully registered to me how scary it is until I saw that little robot getting bullied,
Yeah.
and I saw that it looked scared, even though like.
There's
It's
no
just,
face.
it's
but-
no
Yeah.
face, no. It was looking like I'm nervous right now.
Yeah.
And
How the fuck?
it just felt icky. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
It's like why do you even want to do that?
Because some people are sick.
Yeah.
And look,
But Kai's cool though. I like Kai.
I fuck with Kai too. Like
Yeah.
as far as like the streamer world, you know what I'm saying? I'm not tapped into it like that. You can't help but know who Kai Cenat is, right?
Yeah.
But he doesn't, he strikes me as just like a dude that was, that excelled on doing his thing, being
Yeah.
himself. And I think that's great.
Mhm.
But of course he's young too. And it's like you
Yeah,
you,
it's
you got a new toy, you gonna play with your
Yeah,
toy.
you just-
Yeah.
yeah.
But
23?
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
something
so
like that.
rich.
So rich, so young,
That's
but
so
good for
cool.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't like it.
Yeah. that was
Yeah.
cool. I'm a little more scared of the people making the AI though.
Mm.
Because they do put restrictions. They put restrictions not just on shit like that, on certain facts.
Yes. Yeah.
They'll keep shit from you. Or
Absolutely.
change history and things like that.
Mhm.
And I've gotten to situations where I know that shit is wrong.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah. And then you question it again, like, you sure? Because blah, blah, blah. And we're like, oh, you're right. And it's like, wait a minute, motherfucker, you supposed to be smarter than me.
Yeah.
So then it's just like, then what's the point of you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said something about it changing history. Can you imagine now your kids, they're going to learn history. I mean, who knows what the fuck they're going to be learning in school in
Yeah.
the next 5 years.
Mhm.
But how much, who's in charge nowadays? Like, where is the truth at?
Yeah.
If
There's no way of knowing.
right? Because now if an app that's supposed to be trusted can misinterpret history depending on who created it, where is the source?
Yeah. They're actively trying to get rid of a lot of that shit right now.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain, I guess I got to bring it back to black people. Black history shit that they just are specifically not teaching anymore. Like I think it's in the Air Force or some shit like that. They're no longer going over the Tuskegee Airmen.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just because?
Well, all that shit we was talking about last time.
Yeah.
Or at least that's what's proposed. I don't
Yeah.
know if anything's gonna go through, but like they want to do that. They want to end critical race theory.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
It's like,
right.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about that shit no more, and it incites this and incites.
Oh,
But it's
God.
like, damn. So effectively, after some years, the shit that's just gonna be wiped out.
Yeah.
You're not gonna know that this happened.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't even go to TikTok anymore to get the fat. Oh, I mean, I guess for now we can.
For now. Everybody better start learning Mandarin. Get on Red Note.
So, I mean, but over there, there's so much restrictions.
Oh,
over there.
yeah.
There's
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah. There's a lot.
Yeah.
Everybody just better go to North Korea and use whatever app they're using.
Where you're free, you know?
Oh, Lord. I have never met so many parents that are so pro homeschooling now. Now that I'm really we're in the age group where a lot of people have kids and their kids are going to school. Most parents that I meet, male, female, they discuss how they do not trust the system. They don't want anybody else raising their kids. And they are making it a point to want to find partners that are for homeschooling.
You know what? Look, I understand I understand that. Homeschooling. I think, especially when you think of like, who are these people? What are they doing? You know what I'm saying? Schools are crazy. Motherfucking shootings all the time. Like, what the fuck? But I'm like, I don't know. Like, I think my babies need to be in a social setting. You feel me? But what I do like about a lot of schools now and the school we got Veda in, because one of my biggest issues with school is that, you you're just kind of regurgitating random facts that serve no purpose. You feel me?
Yeah.
What I like about the school I have Veda in, they do a system, and I forget exactly what it's called, but it's more driven by what they're interested in as opposed to a laid out curriculum.
You got it.
So, for example, Veda randomly told her teacher the other day that I used to work in a restaurant because we went to CPK the other day, and I was like, oh baby, did you know Daddy used to bring food out for people like this, right? So it was in her head. She told her teacher, and so apparently some of the other students were asking about it, right? So her teacher came up to me as I dropped Veda off. She was like, would you be interested in just coming and talking about your experience as a server? I was like, to the kids? She was like, yeah, they had a lot of questions just about like how it works and serving. I was like, all right. Yeah, I'll talk about. I was like, well, my family had a Thai food restaurant too, so yeah, we can talk about whatever.
Yeah.
I can talk about my time at CPK. But yeah. 6 inches, 10 slices. 10 inches, 6 slices, good enough for one hungry person. But she was like, yeah, because that's just kind of what they're interested in. We have people come in and talk about it, and whatever piques their interest. I'm like, yeah, sure.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's cool, but it's also interesting because kids be interested in some shit.
Random shit.
Like, hey guys, I mean, being a server is cool for a little bit. You don't want to aspire to just be.
They're all like, I want to be a server now.
When I grow up, when I get married, I'm gonna be the best server.
Hey,
I'll make sure to be like, I got fired though.
Do you guys know what getting fired is? You're all gonna experience it at one point in your life.
Don't.
Especially you back there.
Yeah, you don't. You should try something else.
Veda. Like whatever you do, don't tweet about it and call it California Skeet's Kitchen. They don't like that. So yeah, I think I thought that was dope because when you're in school. Nikki Blaze, did you go to college?
Yes.
You graduate?
No.
Nor did I.
Mm-hmm.
Rick, you did some as well.
I did a couple of semesters and was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fell off because I didn't know what the hell I was going to do with my life.
Mm-hmm.
And after sports, I really kind of hit a wall.
Mm.
I was like, what am I going to do with... I liked art and music and communication. Just like I liked random things, but there was nobody there guiding me in a direction to turn it into a career outside of being a coach, which all I was going to do with that was to study longer, to become a teacher, to be able to coach, or I was going to go into like selling art, which, I really didn't have a path and I needed to make money. Unfortunately, I had to get work done and pay bills, and I didn't have the luxury of just being able to stay in school.
Yeah.
Here's what kind of, if we talk about making money, right?
Yeah.
And getting your education because you think it's going to get you a better job or whatever. A couple things kind of made me realize how pointless it really is, right? Because yes, of course, when you apply for a job, if you have a degree, you get a little more money, right? But then, for one, I was going to Cal State Long Beach as an art major. My homegirl went to a art event, schmoozy party situation, ended up just connecting with somebody, started doing graphic design for them before finishing her graphic design degree, getting a pretty decent paying job. Then it was like, okay, then what's the point? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then to bring it way back, when I was at Foot Locker selling shoes, selling kid shoes, there was a dude next to me selling the women's shoes. Bachelor business degree from fucking Cal State Dominguez. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he probably had a salary as opposed to my minimum wage shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But still, it was like, all right, man, for what?
Yeah.
You know?
I think I enjoyed my time in college. Don't get me wrong.
I agree.
I enjoyed my time in college. I think if we're going to talk about getting acclimated in society and certain things that are really valuable that teaches you about life, yes, I would probably do better going back to school now because I have a more clear focus. But really, college is the time for you to figure out what the fuck you want to do.
And be.
And and granted, hopefully there's people around you that can help you with getting money and putting you on a better path. But I would 1000% go back to school. And anybody, if my nieces were talking about not wanting to go to school, I would say if they had something they were interested in or wanted to explore, 1000%, I would rather encourage them to go and try and see and explore there than to be no, it's pointless.
No, I agree with that too. Okay, look, I shouldn't say college is pointless because for me, it wasn't for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
But of course, I had a homegirl who knew she wanted to be a doctor.
Yeah.
You got to learn some shit.
Go to school.
Specific curriculum to be a doctor, all right?
Yeah.
For me, when I'm like, I'm fucking majoring in like art and communications and shit, I'm like, this ain't, I'm trying to be famous, bro. This is not, and I literally, after like 6 years of bullshit in college, and people say, what the fuck were you doing for 6 years? I was part-time a lot because I started doing the entertainment
It's
stuff.
very easy to fuck off 6 years in college.
Yeah.
It is really easy.
I literally only remember like 2 things.
Yeah. I feel like...
Yo, wow, time to have some fun, y'all. Take a break, because if the slots are spinning, you could be winning. And if this van is a rockin', then don't come a knockin', all right? Because I'm probably making sweet love. Because I'm so excited, because I had just been playing DraftKings Casino, and you can play the classics you know and love, or try something new with DraftKings exclusive games, okay? Look, new players that give DraftKings Casino a spin can get 200 casino spins on a featured game. 200 casino spins. Now that's just lit. All you gotta do is sign up with code NOCHASER5 and wager a minimum of $5 to receive 200 casino spins on a featured game. Wow. Say it backwards. Wow. Only on DraftKings Casino. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 and over. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. Eligibility restrictions apply. One per new customer. Play $5 and spin wheel to receive between $10 and $2,000 in non-withdrawable casino credits for select games that expire in 168 hours. Terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos. Ends February 16th, 2025 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time.
College isn't pointless, but it is a setup.
Mm.
They make you work so fucking hard for nothing. So that when you do get your degrees and you get a job, whatever they give you feels great.
Mm.
I just been working hard for getting nothing. Now I'm about to get X amount a year. When there's other people who didn't do that shit who are making way more, you know what I'm saying? But they need you to feel like you got the prize now. So that's my issue with college, because it's like, God damn, bro, how much of this shit am I actually going to use in what I'm doing here?
Yeah.
And I
You
think
just got me working.
But I
to be
think
used to working.
that goes back to, you have Veda and you have your kids and we have my nieces and, you know, your family and the babies, where you put them in as far as like their elementary school, their junior high, their high school, that does play a factor in what they end up looking at college for. Because, right, like if we just don't know, I had parents that didn't fully know college, or they just knew you were supposed to go to do it. There was no guidance. But like my nieces, they're in a school that's a performing arts school that can help guide them. Say they want to get into engineering, or they want to go into something that requires an education. They're guided in the right direction versus I gotta go and get my AA to go get this. And you mean if I have a background in art history, I can go ahead and get a higher position at a job that has nothing to do with this?
Yeah.
Like, why do I have a major? If that's what I want to do, the fuck am I doing the rest of the shit for? Why isn't this the only thing I'm doing? You know what I'm saying?
That's facts. Yeah.
So I just feel like it's a fucking setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, and exactly. And I'll say this too, right? Like, to your point, you know, a degree for a lot of people is just like just a little fucking piece of paper, right? But I will 100% still be like, even though I dropped out, still be like, baby girl, you gotta go to college.
Yeah.
Because I, like you said, not only did I learned a couple things, but more so I learned about myself.
Yes.
You know, and I think just that's why I wouldn't do homeschooling, because I think even like the fucked up shit in personal things you go through in school kind of molds you as a person, you know?
Yeah.
You made a good point earlier, and I think this is what a lot of certain classes of people want to teach. It is your network, right? Your network is your net worth. Now, you spoke about your friend who went to an event that met somebody, next thing you know, boom. That's what a lot of families teach their kids about college. The type of college you go to are the type of connections that you'll have later on in life. And when I think about I golf now, and when I tell you the perspective that I have on a lot of things has changed, because doors will open for you in rooms from other people that are in there. They'll be like, I know, wait, Nikki's on the other side. Hold on, let me open this for you. And a lot of these people went to school together or had a family who went to this. And just off of the fact that there's some sort of thing you must be this person if you got to this school. So
Exactly.
So I feel as though I can trust you. So I feel as though we have similar beliefs and values. I will vouch for you. And I know that if my children in the future or my nieces were ever in a position to go to a good school, I would highly encourage that regardless of what they do with it, because eventually those connections could put them in rooms to be able to do things that maybe a degree won't necessarily be able to do.
Exactly. And that's where I was going to go next. It's like when they say it's not what you know, it's who you know type of shit.
Yeah.
It's also where you went. Because a lot of times just you went to this school or you graduated from this school. They're not going to give you a fucking test on what you learned.
Yeah.
You got a degree from this fucking school. So many people with degrees don't know shit. They remembered something for long enough to pass the test. And that's kind of all you need.
I was so good at that.
Yeah.
And then out my brain immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately.
But, because like I know people who went and they got degrees, fucking all of them. And they can't tell me shit about what they do. Even at their job, they still don't really know what the fuck they do.
Yeah.
And it has very little to do with what they learn. They winging it, they getting through, they getting that money. So, yeah, I mean, it could be useful. It just, for me, it's like, have that in the back of your head before you start. Because a lot of people just like, okay, well, I'm just going to go to school so I can learn as much as I can. And they go to some school that nobody gives a fuck about.
Yeah.
And they are retaining all this information and they got these degrees and they at Foot Locker. You know what I'm saying?
And I think, a lot of it too is like, look at our boy PD Flow, right? Peter went to film school, learned, when he was already like cutting movies together when we were in high school, right? Like, yeah, he learned like more technical and traditional skills and like probably some terminology that he didn't know before. And then he finished, did he finish or did he stop going? I forget. But there were people that he was in that class with, got their film degrees, and then started trying to do this shit and were like, I didn't get my movie deal yet. I give up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And never even did anything with it because they're like, this shit, I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? And I think it has so much more to do with just the degree, like you said, and especially in terms of like, for me, my original plan was, okay, I'm going to give this degree to my dad so I can go do the acting shit, do the movie shit, right? And I was like, okay, you know what? If I'm here, let me do a communications degree so I can have a way where I could do some radio, you know what I'm saying, while I'm going on auditions and shit. And I was like, man, you know what? If this is my backup plan, then let me keep it separate from the entertainment shit, because the entertainment shit, I'm going to just go do it regardless. And I was like, I like doing art. Let me switch to an art degree, graphic design shit. And then I learned I'm not that good at art. I'm all right when I'm in a class full of people that don't do art. But when I got into the art program, I was like, these guys suck. These people are way better than me.
Yeah.
But it's fucked up because when you're going to school for creative shit like that, like art, it ruins it for you because I was so used to making art that made me happy creatively. And then when you're forced to do something for a grade, you change everything. And you're like, what does my professor like? That's it, because it's all up to them. You know what I'm saying?
I got a C on my self-portrait. I looked at my art teacher and said, it's a portrait of myself. It's my interpretation.
Yeah.
How can you sit here and tell me that this is wrong? And I remember telling my dad this, and he was pissed because my dad's into art. And to the point of, it's a self-portrait, but she didn't like me because I was an athlete and I would leave her class early for games. And it was one of those like, type moments, because I don't care. These adults ain't really adults, a lot of these people in these positions, but to be in a class, and I took art 4 years in high school, and I really was passionate about just overall all of it. And to have that happen made me go, so really, and at any given time, you can just decide that this isn't good and I'm going to go nowhere.
Yeah.
Off of one opinion.
Look, I'll say this, man, going to an art school or the art program at Cal State Long Beach ruined art for me. I stopped drawing. I stopped doing art shit for years. It wasn't until one day Rick was like, hey, draw a picture of Abraham Lincoln for Goody. And I was like, oh, I can draw.
So yeah.
This is kind of good.
It
Because it fucked me up, man.
Yeah.
I just lost my joy for it.
Yeah, that's just crazy. You know what? The creative degrees prove my point the most. You do all that fucking schooling, you get that degree, and most of those people go on to work for somebody else.
Yeah.
To get a salary or freelancing and barely making ends meet. And it's like graphic design people. I know so many graphic designers, none of them with a clothing brand.
You said none of them?
None of them. They design for other people's clothing brands. And it's just that's the mindset you get doing all that schooling. You know what I'm saying? Because they do dope shit. They're making these brands millions of dollars.
But you've been trained to do it for someone else's.
Yeah. And that's just crazy.
But can't you argue the fact that it is another set of skills in order to have a brand and a business? Now, maybe their skill set is only to be able to design, and they don't have the idea or want to create a brand, but they can do that for someone else because that's just all they want to do.
It's a mindset, right? I don't know how to design shit. So I partner with somebody who can design.
Right.
If you know how to design shit, you can start a brand and partner with somebody who knows how to run the business. That's what I'm saying. Instead of just getting paid a little bit for designs that people are going to keep making money off of.
So I get what you're saying. So
no, I definitely get what you're saying, but I'm just saying it's a mindset that they kind of take away from you in school. Because you don't have to be a businessman to have a business. You could just be the one who starts it
1,000%.
and you hire the people who can do the shit you need done.
But a lot of people don't want that. There's a reason why there are workers and there are bosses, there's managers. Like everybody's position is a different value. And some people do not want more because it comes with another level of responsibility that's maybe not interested to them at all.
So I was going to say the bosses dropped out of college.
Exactly. I'm saying what you're saying. I'm saying that mindset.
But you're saying that school did that?
Yes.
See, I'm not going to agree with that. I'm not going to agree with that because I have been in multiple positions and I've been around people who would encourage you to go and expand and do all this stuff. But being an owner at one point in time and being a worker at one point in time, I can tell you that I was shown those options in school and one path looked more shiny than the other because I understood the responsibilities that come with being a boss. And if I don't want those pressures in my life, I can go in a different direction. And I feel as though some people, depending on circumstances and not because of school, make those decisions to work for someone else because it is easier. I worked at the radio station, again, with no degree, but I will say this. There are so many things that I didn't know. And I had to learn through experience that I probably could have gotten in a class. Now, where I'm at in life, if I want to transition into sports media, which is something I was doing, I realized my shortcomings that I didn't learn in school, that if I knew what I wanted and if I do want to do this, I have to go back. So there... Really, I feel school can be very beneficial depending on the people that you surround yourself with outside of the education system. Because they're the ones, and I feel like that's what you're supposed to do at home, is to teach your kids that it is not their responsibility to just show you all those things. Like the mindset of being a business owner, for me, did not come from a class. It came from at home. And it helped guide me into the direction that I wanted to because that class that I went to wasn't supposed to teach me about business. I went to learn design, not to learn business.
Yeah. So I do believe it was John D. Rockefeller who said he wants a nation of workers, not of thinkers, I do believe he said, or some shit like that. And I firmly believe that is the system created. It's not blatant. It's not, hey, you should just work. Hey, don't you think it'd be easier to just work for somebody? You don't want all the pressures of being a business owner. I think it's a well-crafted system and we don't even realize what we're being pushed towards in these institutions that we're in. So I get what you're saying, but for me, the way I look at it, I feel like that's what we were programmed to do.
Even outside of school.
Yeah, the system completely. The only reason I'm doing the business owner shit was because the worker shit didn't work out. I was pushed into that shit like, damn, okay, it's not going the way I needed to go. What the fuck else can I do right now? What can we do? So, yeah, I personally feel like that is what's pushed towards us. And like he said, most of the owners are the people who dropped out. They got to a point where it's just like, this shit ain't working. If you are good enough, you can make the worker shit work. But you kind of fall out of the matrix when you can't make it work and you end up being on the other side.
Yeah, I was raised in a house of my grandma was the main breadwinner, right? But she was the one that also sat me down and showed me opportunities. My grandma was the one that taught me how to pay my bills, taught me about owning multiple homes, multiple cars, job opportunities, being a boss. That happened at home. The creativity also happened at home too. Dad pushed because he wanted to be an actor. So there was support from a lot of different places. And I do strongly believe that system at home, because they weren't in the system that society was necessarily trying to create for me, is the main reason why I was able to navigate school to see what worked, what didn't work. And as an adult now, that if I wanted to go back, I have the guidance and the understanding to be like, okay, cool. If I want to do this, I know what I need in order to be in certain rooms, even with the connections that I have. To be able to sit in a room and to be confident sometimes comes with a class. Being prepared is one of the best tools that you can have in any situation. And so depending on what system you decide to answer to, there's still a level of preparation and things that you must go through in order to do that. So as a business owner, and to people out there that say school isn't for me, you better be learning from the people that know what they're doing. You better be asking the right questions. You got to work 10 times as hard and be prepared to go through the trials and tribulations. And when there is a day that you are in a room that somebody has that stupid piece of paper for that damn job and gets it over you, you just have to understand that, unfortunately, you either have to be great and not need it, or you have to be great and have it to still be able to get some of the work that we want or partner with the right people.
You know,
who, not how.
What's crazy is if you think of how like just people's brains are built differently, right? Not that that's good or in a good or bad way, but I remember I would be at UCLA because my homegirl Bree, who's a doctor, who always talked about being a doctor since high school, would invite me to a little like UCLA party, right? And she'd be drunk. And she'd just take she just finished a crazy test, her like whatever huge test she had to take. So now she can let loose. We walking through the frat row, you know what I'm saying? Like we drunk on the street, but because all of this shit is just in her brain, she would be fucked up in her homegirl's ear. Did you know that the aorta connects to the and then it sends the blah blah to all the other parts of the body, like spewing all this fucking body shit. I'm like, how do you begin to start remembering shit like this? Where I'm like cheating on my test as an art major. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so dumb, dog. Like I just could not, my brain just could not go there. You feel me?
It's really dope when people find their purpose. It's so cool. The PGA show that I just went to is full of a bunch of, it's business, it's athletes, it's creatives. There's so much that's going on. And one of the coaches, he used to coach with Tiger Woods, I got to meet through a mutual friend.
You met the coach or you met Tiger Woods?
I met the coach. Oh my God, I did see Tiger Woods play though.
Tight.
Anyways, not the conversation. But he was talking about how he wanted to be a golfer and he fell in love with the mechanics of the body and ended up realizing that he didn't want to be a golfer. He wanted to be a coach. So he went to school and studied like body, like the degrees and shit that he says that he has is insane. But he found out through doing that he wanted something else and failing at, well, he didn't fail. He just realized it wasn't for him. But he went to school and he's like, yeah, I got friends that like design golf balls, but they literally can send things to space. Like they're that smart that they can just, oh yeah, no, I decided I wanted to make golf balls because I wanted to make money, but I really can sit here and teach you how to throw something into space right now. I'm like, wow. Their brains just work on a different level.
You really trying to go back to school?
Yeah, I think about it every day. I'm not gonna lie. I feel as though that is something that is a bit of shame that I carry.
That you never finished?
I'll be very honest about that.
Mm-hmm.
Being around the people that I'm around and constantly feeling as though I need to prove myself, that is something that I don't have. And I have to be better at everything else I do. I have to excel in these spaces where people are looking at me already assuming whatever it is that they want, and I don't have the degree to back it. I feel that a degree is a fuck you in some of the, you know what I mean? In some of these
big part
realms.
of it is people looking at you like, oh, she's just here because she's cute.
Yeah, and I decided to be in a profession and around people that do this for a living and or as a luxury. Golf is a space full of people that have the time and the money to do this in the middle of the day. Right. And they worked very hard or didn't to get to that place. And you're spending hours with these people, 4 to 5 hours talking about whatever. And they do judge you based off of where'd you go to school?
Just get you a Yale sweater.
And I easily could do that, but then they're going to ask me questions. But I talked to my college coach after my dad died. He actually called me. And we had a conversation about how my grades did suck in school because I had a lot of family stuff going on. And he sat down, and I remember the day he asked if I was slow. No kidding. My coach asked me if I was slow based off of my grades.
You drool a lot.
I told you stop wearing a helmet everywhere.
I know.
Got a helmet.
But my coach, it was just one of my favorite people. He did ask, he goes, what the hell is this about? He goes, you tested high in everything, like you excel. Clearly, you're smart. But what was going on? And I told him that, and then he spoke about the importance of having a degree in the spaces that I wanted to be in. And he did say, he goes, look, you can always go back. He goes, you're smart enough to do it, and you don't have life holding you back anymore. And when he said that to me, because I do like education and I do like to learn and I do like feeling that no one can judge me off of what I didn't do. And I am a perfectionist, and I know that it's something that I could have finished, but I let excuses not. So I'd like to go back, but I want to go back with a purpose. I know business is something I'm very interested in. I love, but also when I decided I wanted to go into broadcasting, there was a lot of shit I just did not know. I got 6 years of morning radio under the belt, and there's still so much I can't do.
You know what's crazy? Like, to what you said, I agree, because I didn't really have a more of a thirst for knowledge until I was like completely over that shit. Like dropped out, had been doing the YouTube shit for a minute. I was like, I wouldn't mind just sitting in on a couple college classes. And I'm like, wait, why do I want to go and sit in a class?
Because you don't have to.
Exactly, right?
You could just stop at any point.
In the grand scheme of things, right? I be thinking about how, like, you know how I always say I wouldn't do a reality show until after I've peaked and then fallen off, right? I'm like, what if I did a reality show where I go back and get my degree? And what's it like being a former celebrity back in college?
That's too funny.
I always think it's dope when I see people that are killing it and they have degrees and they were able to make it work. I do admire it because I like learning. And I never was I didn't have the right support. And that sucks to know that there was so many reasons why I didn't finish. But now that I can, I would love to. I'm still trying to figure it out. Because I want to go with a purpose. I don't want to go just go. But I want to go with a purpose and make it benefit the life I'm in now. But also, Tim, you've established yourself. You can sit in and want to learn now because you're here. You could actually teach a class if you wanted to.
Fair.
You know?
Depending on
what the subject is. You are an expert in your field. You could actually go back to school and teach. So,
that's,
you're
not wrong. Yeah. Because I was like, what? Why would there be a class about what I do? But like, actually, they're probably
I mean, there's definitely classes that have used your content to teach. Yeah.
I think it's cool.
And I like kids, and I be pretending to be.
They're adults, man.
No.
He wants to go to a height like that.
Anybody a year younger than me is a kid. If you are 6 months 6 minutes younger than me. You are a fucking baby.
All right.
That's how he stay feeling young.
I'm his baby.
Yeah.
baby.
You not my baby.
Yeah,
You are. I didn't say my baby. I said, hey, baby.
Hey, baby. My bad. Look, I didn't learn that in school.
Well, guess what?
I'm just a stupid baby.
I'm a stupid baby.
I'm clipping that and posting it. Nikki Blaze said she's my baby, and I said no.
Fuck you, hey, my baby at home.
I got 2 of them. A tree. Okay, tree.
Yeah, man. Good old school. I do wish also, if we're talking about regrets from college, I wish I would have dormed a little bit and had some dorm life.
So, yeah.
Did you do that?
I lived in a house with 5. We did house, not dorm. I didn't have to dorm.
Interesting.
Yeah, I didn't have to.
Oh
do that.
yeah, you told us about the
house and the crazy
poop and
there's just so much stuff that's happened. But yeah.
Yeah, I was
Fun.
always just commuting because I was, going to Cal State Long Beach. I was like, I'm not gonna waste no money on the dorm. But then it's like everybody was just partying and fucking all the time. And I'm like, if I'm already slacking, I might as well do some fucking. I didn't do no fucking in college. I did like no fucking in college.
We're just gonna look at my shirt. What'd you call this, crocodile? I had a great time in college. College was lit. I was an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
I was an artsy, fartsy, super athletic. I was popular in college, and the shit was lit. Like
Were you still with the cows? What college
I was. Yeah, I was in Merced. I was in Merced. I was with the cows.
Word.
But it was the first time I got exposed to just so many different people, diversity, different parts of the country, different parts of the world. My teammates on the volleyball team were from Japan. Really sparked my love and interest for Japanese culture, and it was dope. I grew up in a super small town. Like, you guys actually were around a lot. I grew up with 2 stoplights. And so getting to go to college and meeting people from other parts of the world was exciting and shit I never knew. And you get like the confidence. I feel like Nikki Blades is derived from my time in college. 1000%. My highest version of myself was on the softball field.
You never thought about going like pro softball?
They don't have it.
They don't?
That's why I golf.
It's not a thing anymore?
No.
What?
That is literally why I golf. My need for being an athlete and not getting the fix after. They talk about men all the time.
Yeah.
Guys after high school, they peaked, or after college and they're lost out there. You think that women don't go through the same thing? I dedicated my life from the age of 7 to playing a sport that did not give back to me. There was nothing I could do with it after a certain point. It's not even in the Olympics.
This is interesting. So golf, yeah, I guess it is the sport that you could be any age, and now I'm about to go pro.
What?
Yeah.
So many retired athletes get into it because when you feel like you on stage, when you're doing something that just gives you this, like you can't replicate that feeling, you chase it. There's no better feeling than hitting a ball over the fence for me. I've hit home runs, and the satisfaction you get of hearing the crowd cheer for you.
I was like, damn, you hit the golf balls over the fence?
No, but
it's as far as hell.
But it's actually, no, I could easily hit a golf ball over the fence. It's actually closer than a softball field. But that feeling I didn't get till I started getting into like this type of stuff. But it still was never enough.
Yeah.
And golf gave me an opportunity to feel that again. And then I've been able to monetize it. And I've been able to get a lot of that, the culture of sports back.
Right. Forgive my ignorance. There was professional softball?
There was never professional.
Oh,
okay.
I just assumed.
No, I just let it go.
Okay. I was like, yeah. So that's kind of why I think certain women's sports get excluded from that thought. Because it's like, you were never going to because they don't have it.
Well, so in 2007, they decided to take softball out of the Olympics.
Okay.
Japan was the only team to ever score a run on the USA team.
Oh.
We were just so damn good that they took us out.
Mm.
And that hurt because I had been training to possibly be able to have the opportunity to play in the Olympics. Now, there was a USA team, but they played other colleges. And it felt as though for women in softball, the culture now is different. You ever watch a college softball game? They need to make it a professional sport. It needs to happen because it's so exciting and this talent. Oh, it's amazing. But we didn't have that option. I also played basketball and I did play volleyball. So I had beach volleyball as a...
They should make women's basketball a professional sport.
Shut the fuck up, Tim. Shut up.
They should do that.
I swear. You do not want to do that one. Don't... we already know.
I'd watch that.
Shut up. I hate you right now.
Listen,
I don't want to touch that at all.
I'm still
Leave
clear.
him alone.
Me and
on
Nikki
that.
will not be friends anymore. We start having that conversation.
Shut the fuck up. No, we're not doing that. There's also a 3-on-3 league that just started, by the way. Anywho, women's sports is a tough conversation for people to have. But my parents put me into sports because they saw it as an opportunity for me to go to college. We were poor. They weren't going to be able to pay for it, and that's just what it was. So that's what sports were for me initially.
I get it.
And then I did look at beach volleyball to play professionally as an option. And then basketball, I realized that it just wasn't for me. I love basketball, but it just was not my passion. But yeah.
And now here you are yapping away.
I can talk women's, this is the year. It's such a great time
to be a yapper,
to be a woman, to be able to talk about sports. Abso-fucking-lutely. There's a lot of changes that are happening in a very positive way, and it's something that I could let my nieces be optimistic about, that there is opportunity in the sports space for women. I felt a type of way for a long time. Golf reignited my excitement for it and the potential, and now where we are at, if they want to go and do sports, they can do sports. If they want to explore other options, they can explore other options.
Yeah. It definitely is a different time for women's basketball in particular, because the issue before was it wasn't a lot of little girls playing basketball. A lot of girls got their start in like late middle school, high school, and shit like that. I mean, boys been playing forever. Now, though, these girls are starting young. They're at the same academy with the boys. Nobody's, she's a girl. She can't. It ain't none of that.
None of that.
Them. So it is rapidly growing.
And with the 3-on-3 that they recently put together, that league that they got going on, pay is now a conversation, because when they're having essentially sports, male or female, it's entertainment. I don't care what nobody says. It is entertainment. It is about how many eyes you can get on it and adjusting the game in order for it to be watchable. So no matter what sport you're playing, that's what it's about. And now women's sports are taking note. The 3-on-3 league, it's actually a shorter court. They're making the adjustments. They want the game to be more exciting. Just like the NFL is making changes to their game. It's about viewership. So the people up top are starting to look at the women's sports like, hey, people are going to tune in. Let's put the money behind this. Sephora was one of the big investors. You guys, so for the women's, the new 3-on-3 league, the money is coming now because they see that people are watching.
I feel like that's really smart. Like, why not have sponsors that make sense? You feel me?
It's really a marketing thing. The marketing, the people behind the marketing really sucked for a long time, but it took a lot of other people making the sacrifices and getting told no in rooms or trying to play with the boys. And it's a trial and error process. But where we are now and where we could be, it's exciting because the women can be entertaining too. Yeah. The shit is great. Golf, I know I'm talking about it a lot now, but in the LPGA, they actually respect the women in the sport. The PGA looks at, they say the most beautiful swings are by women. You rarely hear that in any other sport. You won't hear somebody talking about so highly. And they're going to start doing that though. Rick said it. The babies is training.
Yeah.
The
we
game.
Gotta have y'all play a game of 21. Rick versus Nikki Blaze.
What? So we both can blow our Achilles out? I can't play like that. No.
Rick.
I feel like both of us are capable enough to just be at the free throw line the whole time. The whole time. Quick layups.
That's it.
Three and back.
Yeah. We're going to be tired. I'm going to be tired too. We're going to be like, hey, you good? How about we play horse? I like that.
And I'll run out.
Play around the world.
Yeah. Around the world. Because I'm sorry, he said 21 and I started breathing heavy.
And I'll run out in a cheerleader outfit.
Yay!
Hey, y'all, thank you for watching another episode of No Chaser Podcast. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll be in Hawaii March 8th. Make sure you buy a ticket. I'm Tim Chantarangsu.
I'm Ricky Shucks.
I'm Nikki Blades.
Bye.